Derp, derp, derpity, derp, 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 derpity, poof! Bop it up, bop, 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 bop!
What's up guys, Shitless Cap here, welcome you to my new Redstone tutorials. So, they're Redstone tutorials, so basically today I'm going to be showing you the first episode. Well, technically the first episode was my video on Minecraft and GPS, but that's common knowledge, granted so is this. I have no way of starting an intro, do I? What's up guys, Shitless Cap here, welcoming you to a new tutorial. This is sort of the pilot episode of my series, I guess. Today I'm going to be showing you the beginning of my Redstone dictionary, showing off everything that you need to know about Redstone. So starting off, we're going to work with redstone torches, redstone blocks, redstone repeaters, and that's it. Oh, heck. Why is that bed still there? I thought I destroyed that. Anyway. Basically what redstone is redstone is wiring that you can use to turn something on. So as you can see, redstone needs a power source, and if you use that power source, I'm going to be using a lever for this example. You can also have stuff like a piston, pressure plate, and stuff like that. But why did I just do that? But activating it, with a lever or something, or that I'm going to go into detail on that in another video. But if energy from redstone goes into, say, an object like a redstone lamp, then the redstone lamp turns on. Whereas turning it off turns off the redstone lamp. In case you didn't already know that. However, wait, not that yet. There are also different power sources for redstone. This is a redstone torch. It's basically a lever that's automatically turned on. However, if you feed energy into it, as shown here, it'll turn off. Redstone blocks are the same, but you don't turn them off. They just are instant power sources that never turn off. So say you want to turn off a light, then that will lead to problems. Because in this circumstance, I want to, say, do something like this, and then make it that, the lever turns off. It's not doing anything even when energy gets fed in. Which makes this, it's called NOT gates, using energy to turn off a redstone torch to pull off a redstone circuit, which I wonder what a redstone circuit is. NOT gates are very complicated. Basically, a redstone energy has to be fed into a normal block, and then a redstone torch has to be on that normal block. As you can see, I can just keep putting redstone torches on here, and they all turn off. But then, if this doesn't have energy, then they turn back on. And the reason why is because, pay no attention to the giant thanks for watching sign. All will be explained at the end of this video why that is. Anyway, and also pay no attention to the crater. Anyway, the reason why is because grass, or really any block, can technically, conduct redstone, in that if redstone goes into it, then, if redstone goes into it, then, the energy from, the grass keeps the energy, but the grass can't necessarily be an energy source, so it conducts energy, but, and then, it sends it out to the rest of the block, but it doesn't send it out any further than the block, if that works. It's kind of hard to explain, but I hope you guys get it. And if you put it to an endless power source, then, well, it doesn't turn off, but then, well, no, then it does turn off, but then if you use that to power a redstone torch, then it does not work. Anyway, and another thing about redstone, as you can see from this example, is that it has limited range, which is 15 blocks. So after block number 16, at block number 16, the redstone will stop working. As you can see, block number 15, no, this is number 16. 15 feeds in energy to number 16. It feeds in energy, but number 16 can't conduct anymore, as seen by the fact that that doesn't turn on anymore. But that does. Anyway, And there is a way of getting around this. Introducing the repeater. So basically, a repeater, I wonder. Basically what a repeater does is it takes an energy source and loops it. So as you can see, like the energy source goes into here. The repeater basically makes it that it like fills up the energy again. Like you send in energy to it, and then it sends it back out at full power. But it still turns off. Now then, there's also something interesting you can do with repeaters, which is that you can actually create a delay in the time. Obviously that redstone already has its power, but watch that. So look at the time. So I set it from 1 tick to 4 ticks, and yeah. And then that's going to go back to normal. And let me show you the difference between 1 tick and 4 ticks. So these, this lane is 1 tick and this lane is 4 ticks. So you'll see, if I turn them both on, that moves real fast, while that one has a delay. And now if we do the comparison, I'm going to put a wooden pressure plate here. Basically, I'm going to run at full speed and watch what happens. So the results. Watch which one I can outrun. So you see that I'm nowhere close to being able to outrun the repeaters to 1 tick, but the one set to 4 ticks I completely beat. And the thing is about this, I didn't mention this earlier, redstone, no matter how much redstone is here, it moves at 1 tick. So like, let's say I have 1 and then I have 2 and then I have a repeater for both sides, and then I have 4 repeaters for both sides, 2 repeaters for both sides, and they're all set to 4 ticks. Back. And then I add a lever to it. You will see that despite the fact that this one has a slightly longer time, they both move at the exact same speed. And the reason why is because when you group up redstone, it still moves at 1 tick no matter how much redstone there is. And yeah, when you group up redstone, no matter how many ticks, it would normally be like, if you do something like this, for example, and then you power it, then yeah, that's going to be 4 ticks, because like you saw that like they didn't all power off at the exact same time. There was a slight delay, and you only really had half a second to see it, since a tick is only 1/10 of a second. But yeah, and then here's a little example that I made. And this is back on the subject of knock gates. This is a daylight sensor. Basically what it does is it acts like a lever, in that basically if it's daytime, then it feeds an energy source into the redstone, which creates a knock gate. Now let me show you how that can come in handy. Alright. I might need a lot of cutting out footage. So I will meet you when it's nighttime. You'll see that like there are redstone lamps up there, and it's basically a knock gate. So that basically the way it works, yeah, back on the subject of knock gates, is that when there's energy feed into it, the knock gate actually stops energy from moving. And yes, redstone torches take up an entire half block. I can't put anything there. And then you'll see that like the wood is floating somehow. Anyway, basically what this is going to do is when it becomes nighttime, the lamp is going to turn on, because when it becomes nighttime, this is going to stop giving this energy, so the knock gate is going to turn back on, and thus is going to, do that. And now I want to make a little example using my big old friend, the creator of a failed recording. Alright, basically, what can redstone do? Redstone can go down one block at a time. So it can go like in a staircase. What redstone can't do? Redstone cannot go down more than one block. Oh, it's becoming sunset. Alright, I'll show off the example after I get this down. And I'll show off more of that in a second. So as you can see, the daylight sensor is still getting some energy. So my knock gate still isn't working, but you'll see that if you look carefully, the redstone signal. Steve, start flying already. Is that the redstone signal is becoming weaker, and you'll notice that in a few seconds, so you'll see that the signal is getting weaker and weaker. Eventually, the signal will just flat out stop, and then the redstone torch will turn on and illuminate my house. I think that's like the last one. Alright. Alright. There are some. There we go. And it didn't travel to that one. Mistake. Anyway. Now that I've shown that off, let's make it day again. Completely necessary. Anyway, bye bed. So, what else redstone cannot do? Redstone can do a circuit like this. And something else redstone can do is redstone can move in two directions at once. So like, for example, you can do something like this. I think there's some kind of item in Minecraft that isn't able to do that. Forget what item it is. However, there is one thing that redstone cannot do. So anyway, I'm just gonna make another thing. Wait, no. Anyway, little lever here. And then turns it on. However, if I say do something like this, then for whatever reason this cuts off the circuit. You can see that isn't getting energy. So yeah, thanks for watching, I guess. These are all the different things that redstone can do. Well, this is just the opening. I guess next time we will dive into more detail about NOT gates, and we'll work with pistons, NOT gates, and powered doors. So yeah. Next time on some random video, we're going to be doing something. See you guys then.